Parent to Parent today. You know, our kids love electronics and surfing the web, but how do we keep them safe? Later this month, Parent Map is hosting a lecture on kids, teens, and technology. And today, Stephanie Thomas, who is a children's safety advocate with the Seattle Police Department, is here to talk about how we can protect our kids. Stephanie, good to have you back on the show once again.
Thank you.
Our kids, you know, when we think about it, are way ahead of us when it comes to what they're doing online and us knowing about it. Tell us about that.
So one of the problems that parents have is keeping up with the technology. Parents, for example, are just now getting acquainted with Facebook and understanding how it works. But the problem with that is now there's Instagram, Twitter, Vine, Snapchat. So there's all these different applications and programs, and parents just aren't keeping up quick enough to keep tabs on their kids.
Okay, let's break down some of that. We think that our kids are on Facebook and maybe they have a secret account or they're on Twitter, but there's things like Snapchat. I just became aware of this recently. Tell us what Snapchat is and how kids are using it.
So Snapchat is an app that you download on a smartphone, and basically you take pictures and you can text them to another person with a little text message. The issue with Snapchat is that, so on average there's about 200 million snaps a day by over 5 million active Snap users, and they self-destruct in about 10 seconds after you send them to somebody. So teens utilize it as sort of a self-exploitive app to send sexting images.
And so, and even if it's innocent enough, parents don't really know what's going on because there's no way to trace it, right, or track it.
Right. So parents are providing the technology to their kids, they're paying for it, but then they don't have any idea applications like this are out there, that their kids are using them.
I know a lot of school districts are now using tablets and things like that. What kind of things do parents need to know if their kids are checking out tablets from school and keeping them safe on there?
So one of the biggest issues with school-provided technology, while it's great, is that determining who's responsible for the safety of that child. So if it's a school laptop and they're taking it home, is the parent responsible for what the child's doing on it, or is the school ultimately responsible with that? And so that's one of the issues to think about, because kids can get around the school controls. And then also, we've also had cases of kids actually meeting and talking to predators through school-provided technology.
And that's work that you're very involved with SPD. Let's talk about, you know, parents, we're very naive about this. I'm feeling helpless as a parent. Do we need to get tracking software? Do we need to just have oversight by having the computer in an open area? What can we do?
I think it's a happy medium. You're not going to be able to keep technology in an open area all the time. Kids go to bed with their cell phones, they have laptops, iPads, Xbox. I mean, there's just so much technology in their individual space. So a lot of it's about education for the parents and the kids alike, because the parents are responsible for providing the technology, and we're essentially providing technology that kids are not mentally capable of handling. And so that brings about the issue of, you know, parents, how are they also exploiting their kids? You know, there's a lot of adults who are really into social media and who overpost their own children.
Right. You know, I have a little guy who likes to play games, and it seems like games are a big activity, especially for young kids now. And we've had talks with them. We say, you know, you never give your name to someone, you know, because they have these open forums, even in like Club Penguin and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We have to get that dialogue going, and I think a lot of us, the tendency is that we want to check out, but that's probably the worst thing that we can do. Right.
You as a parent are responsible for staying on top of it more so than your little guy, because he's not capable of doing that.
Yeah.
To him, it's innocent. And so what parents need to do is, you know, if you're going to provide the technology, you also have to be responsible for educating yourself and staying on top of it, as overwhelming as it is, because it changes so quickly. For example, you know, the new iPhone, the new software, learning what it's capable of, what parental controls are available, how you can best sort of protect your own child.
And it's kind of a cool two-edged sword, though, because with the new smartphones, you can track where your kids are.
Yeah.
So you can see where they are, if they're on the bus, if they're at school, things like that. If there's one bit of advice, what would you give it for parents watching right now who feel helpless?
Education.
Yeah.
Is the key.
Just learn as much as you can.
Learn as much as you can, stay on top of it as quickly as you can, and have conversations with your child. Do not use technology to parent. Yeah.
Stephanie, it's great to have you here once again. And for you parents at home wanting more info, Parent Map's website has info. September 25th is that talk at Seattle Prep here in Seattle. And we've got this segment to share with your friends at king5.com.